So for my tech integration project, I am going to use digital portfolio with my students in my classroom. And so, um, sorry. So I chose Seesaw to use. I created my own site or account. It was very easy. Just went to seesaw.me and signed up with an account. I just used my Google sign-in credentials to do that. So what you're looking at right now is my page. I've put some students over here. I also added myself as a student. It's very easy. Just manage students, and then I can just easily add students down here. And oops, it signed me out. Let me go back. So I'll just sign in with my Google, and there we go. Okay, sorry, again, manage students. I'm gonna add my student's name. It gives them, here I can go and I can change his icon, or I can use this photo, which I will probably do with my kids in the fall, is add their photos. And then here I can invite their parents. I can send an email, or I can send a handout, which I will show you right here. So it shows you what to do to invite parents. And then let me go to me here. Explains to them what Seesaw is. They can use the QR code, or they can go here and sign in. So it tells them how to do that. So we're going to go out of here, and we're going to cancel that. Okay. So pretty simple. Up here is this is kind of your home page. It gives a calendar, so I can add things into here. I can also go here and have a blog. I can set up a blog where I can keep families up to date. For right now, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to use this as a portfolio. So I'm going to switch tabs here into my class account. So if you look here, it shows me this is my class. So this is showing my teacher homepage. Over here, I signed in as Dawn, and so this is my class account. So I'm going to click on my name. There is this one piece of documentation that I put in here. I'll play it for you.
Thane brought us bait to look at. Fish like to eat minnows, red wigglers, and waxworms.
Okay, so this is just a piece of documentation from last year. We did a project approach unit on fish, and we had our local bait shop owner come as our expert, and he, as you can see in the picture, brought fish, and then he brought some bait and some fishing poles and what have you. So my process of using this as a portfolio would be for my students to use this documentation and then record. So to extend their learning, to share their learning with their parents, they can tell about this picture, tell about the things that you see there, and that will go in their portfolio. So if I'm going to add some documentation, it gives me this screen. I can add a photo right from this app, or a video, or a drawing, or a note, or a link, or I can upload a file. I'm going to upload just a file that I have in here. I'm going to drag it from my desktop. So this is a picture of one of my students from last year. He drew a picture in his left hand of an octopus, and then he created it out of paper. So down here, we can caption it with words. He can draw on it, or he can audio. My students are ages 3 to 5, and they all have special needs. This particular student has a very significant speech impairment. And so communicating is actually one of his goals that we work on. So in his case, I would probably have him audio and tell about his process of drawing it first and then creating. It is also one of our teaching strategies goal assessment objectives is drawing and then creating. Some of my kids draw on paper and then create with blocks. He drew and then created with paper. So again, this meets those goals and objectives for my classroom. He can record his audio on here, and then he can look at it at home with his parents, and they can discuss it, which is my goal, is for them to extend their learning to home, to explain to their parents what they did at school. So then here I can go in and I'm just going to put it under mine. And I'm going to say okay. And so then it's going to upload there. So then when the parent goes to my page, they can see my documentation. On their parent page, I don't have a parent page set up, but then they can comment. Here, I don't have any folders set up yet. Again, I'm just learning this program, and I'm anxious to use it more and more with my students. So I don't have to have so many just pictures and folders on my computer, or I don't have to have this actual documentation. I could have actually kept this child's picture, or I could have printed the picture and put it in his folder, but it's just so much easier, will be so much easier for me to use it from here. So that's pretty straightforward and simple. So I think this will be a great tool for me and for my classroom. If I go back to my page here, again, I don't have my blog set up, but I think I don't have one yet, so I need to set it up. But having this blog, the parents can go to one page and see that they can see what's going on in their in our classroom. I've used a Facebook page before. I've tried using Remind 101, Selly, different things, and it just doesn't seem to work for everyone. The thing I like about Seesaw is that it has capabilities to work with iOS, Android, and on the web. So parents can use it from any cell phone they have or tablet. So I'm excited for that access for them. So as I get ready for fall, this is what I'll be using, and we'll see how it works.